Hello, my darling, and welcome to day 9 of 100 Days of Self-Love. Today, we're talking all about allowing ourselves to make mistakes as an expression of self-love. Don't forget, if you'd like to register for any of the worksheets or email notifications that go on with this challenge, you can go to the link down below this video. It's 100 Days of Self-Love, www.100daysofselflovechallenge.com, or if you want any info on coaching, you can go to my website, kategrosvenor.com. Okay, so if you've been around my coaching world for a lot, you'll know I talk a lot about being flawsome. Being flawsome is the concept of you're flawed, but you're awesome, and how important that is. And we'll look at that another day. But taking that one step further is understanding that we are also, even if we're flawed and you've accepted that you're not a perfect human, that you are still allowed to make mistakes. And mistakes are actually important because when we make mistakes, if you think of mistakes as an information system, right? So you do something wrong, you make a mistake, which you're entitled to do. You would allow your child to make a mistake and you would be able to explain a lesson to them through that. You would allow your friend to make a mistake because you love her, and it's okay to make mistakes, but we're very hard on ourselves and we feel like, if I make a mistake, I'm not good enough, because we have this weird standard of perfectionism and idealism and things like that for ourselves that just causes anxiety and stress and make us feel really icky on the inside. So we have to give ourselves, this is self-love is all about loving yourself as if you're someone that you love. So you love your kids, you love your friends, you love your pets or whatever, but love yourself to that extent as well. So if you can understand that it's okay to make a mistake and still be lovable. Okay, it's okay to make a mistake, and that one mistake does not define you as a human being. In fact, all the mistakes that you've ever made do not define you. You are not the sum of everything that you've done wrong up until today. That's not a truism. Okay, so allow yourself to make mistake as you would anybody else that you love. Number one. Number two, when you make a mistake, as I said, it's just an information system. So I've made a mistake. Do I, A, need to make amends? So I need to go and tell someone I'm sorry. I need to confess that I've done this thing, or just own up to it and just say, listen, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to, make amends to another person. Or B, do I just need to do better? Okay, so it's information. I've got to do one of two things. I've got to do better next time, or I've got to make amends. Okay, and then the next layer after that is realizing that if I make a mistake, because I'm human, and I'm going to allow myself to make the mistake because I love me, and I'm just going to figure out, what do I need to do about it? Whether I need to do better or I need to make amends. And then think to yourself, okay, awesome. I know this sounds weird, but like, awesome, I've made a mistake. Therefore, what have I learned? When we take our lives as a growth process, and quite frankly, if you're not growing, you're shrinking. So growth is an essential part of personal development, a happy mindset, a more positive outlook on life, understanding that you are still the apprentice, no matter how old you are. I'm nearly 50 years old and I'm an apprentice. I always consider myself to be learning still. Even through all the decades of psychological research and the books and all that stuff, I'm still learning at life. Because if I adopt that attitude of I'm still learning, first and foremost, it keeps you humble, which is really important. Okay. And the second thing is, when you know that you're still learning and you accept that you're still learning, what comes next is I'm growing, because I'm going to reflect. I'm going to take in the information that I know is true because I've made a mistake. I'm going to love what is, because I love me, because I'm learning to love me. I'm going to love what I've done and love what is. And then I'm going to say to myself, okay, what part of this can I learn from? Because I know it's cliched, but everything in life is a lesson or a blessing. And if you've made a mistake, there's a lesson in there. What lesson do I need to learn from what's happened this time? Okay, because what I know for sure 100% is that every single time you learn from something, the mistake generally doesn't keep happening to you. If you do not learn, if the same mistake keeps repeating and repeating and repeating, and the same crappy situation in your life keeps repeating and repeating and repeating, what you need to know at that point is, I haven't learned this lesson. This keeps happening because I'm not learning it, and it carries on going. I hope that makes sense. So we need to understand that it's okay to make mistakes. Because we love ourselves, or we're learning to love ourselves, it's okay, as we would allow anybody else in our lives to make them. It's a mistake. It doesn't define us. We are not the sum of our mistakes. It's just something that we did. It's not who we are. Always look at, again, our actions, not the person. So we don't shame ourselves by saying, oh, we're just useless, or we're just whatever bad name. So we're not the sum of our mistakes. I either need to make amends or I need to do better. And what is the lesson that I need to learn from that? And in that way, you take the onus off yourself as a human. You understand it's just something that you did, not something that you are. And if you use it as an opportunity for growth, you take all the shame away, you take the guilt away, and you just say, I am a student, I'm a learner, I'm an apprentice, and I'm just going to learn from this and grow as a human. And then there is so much more peace attached to that. You're then not riddled with anxiety and kind of like shame and all those really draining emotions. Okay, I hope that helps. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to have more motivational videos, mindset, psychology, and all that jazz. All right, sweetheart, take care, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.